What's up, everybody? Content. Hopefully, you guys are all enjoying everything, and based on all your responses, I think you are. I think you are, and I'm going to go with it. Simple as that. Outside of the epic Nether journey, I did make it out. As you can see, I got some nice Nether quartz and a few other updates to show you as well. But let's first and foremost jump into something because I want to get as much Nether quartz as I possibly can out of this stuff. And for that, we're going to need an enrichment chamber to really get the best benefit. This thing's a little loud. It's fine. But I've already prepared pretty much everything here. You know, this is one of the things that I typically like to do. I don't like to craft a lot of the components and stuff like that on camera for you all because, yeah, what's really the point in doing all of that? It's all about the block and how you implement the block, right? So that's the main thing here. So the enrichment chamber, I decided to grab there. I'll connect that immediately up to some power, and bam, we can throw in some nether quartz ore and get that guy rolling. I might turn off the mechanism sounds in the config settings. You can do that. I'm still kind of sort of debating it though, so we'll play it by ear for right now. The other item here, we got some more steel. Let's get ourselves another steel casing. Let's get ourselves this and like this. And that's going to get us a smelter as well. Now, these two right here are basically your core components of your, doubling your ores when it comes to modded Minecraft, right? So for that, as an example, we can take things like our iron ore and basically energize it and get 2 out of it. And let me show you that right quick. So we take our iron ore, as you can see here, and we throw that through a enrichment chamber. That gives us 2 iron dust, that then with the iron dust we can smelt up. We should be able to smelt up in the energized. I don't know why we can't. It should work. Anyways, it should work the same as just standard smelting. Yeah, there it is right there. Energized smelter on the side. It just combines it all into one thing, right? So basically we take those 2 iron dust and each one will give us a hunk of iron, which is great, honestly. That's one of the huge advantages that we can get. The other thing too, I just upgraded to the Quartz Watering Can. This guy is supposed to be quite a bit better when it comes to like the amount that it lasts and the amount of water that it holds and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of want to give that a quick try too, with the old watering can. See how much of an improvement or not we have there. So yeah, a lot of really good things that came from that, and one of them is I made myself a botany pot. A hopper botany pot. And basically you make this hopper botany pot, and it's pretty easy, all things considered, to make this. Not complicated at all, but basically a botany pot, which is a flower pot and some terracotta, right? And then you can grow a whole bunch of different things. So I could actually grow cactus in there automatically. All of the mystical flowers, things like that. We can grow a lot of the crops and everything even, and get different chances of getting products, right? So the Nether Wart here, as you can see, you have the soul sand in there and the Nether Wart, and boom, you have basically a chance of always getting one back, which is great. It's really, really good. And this works for pretty much all flowers and mushrooms and, things like chorus fruit, pumpkins. So there's a lot of different things that we can do with these botany pots, overall. You could probably make yourself a nice little food setup using these things, because it's just going to be not unlike these bonsai pots, just boom, automatically producing. It's going to be pretty sweet. The other thing that I wanted to quickly look at here was the upgrade, right? We were looking at the mining gadgets upgrades, and one of them was quartz, right? Which one was it? Ah, yes, the power one. That's right. So for that, we're going to need another set of diamonds and lapis and all of these goodies, which is great, into a blank pattern. and more or less surround that with quartz. Beautiful. Now, I'm thinking that we should just go all the way, if you know what I mean. This guy's iron and block of quartz. That's really cheap, you know. So we might as well upgrade our power system all the way in our mining gadget as well, just so that we never, you know, as long as we can fill it up, which might actually become the hurdle at that point, but as long as we can get there at some point in time to, you know, just keep things going all the time, right? Still haven't figured out why that's not auto-extracting, but that's fine. No big deal. So I'm really excited to be able to utilize all of this stuff, which is good. But at the same time, we got a lot more to do. So much more to do. So anyways, I'm going to probably get this stuff going. What was the other thing? We need this. I need Enderman big time. How am I going to get Enderman? That's a big question. I don't really know the answer to it either. So where are we going to get Enderman from? I think I actually need to farm some Enderman. That's crazy. Maybe we actually have to go to the end. You know, like that's not something that typically you jump into in modded Minecraft, but it might be a good idea in this case. So, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was iron. I forgot. It's fine. It's no big deal. I don't know. I might have to look into that. That might be a good way to go. We might have to find the end, but for that, obviously, we'll have to get some ender pearls to begin with anyways. So we'll have to do some ender pearls, and then we can get to the end. Yeah. Probably the case. Okay. Cool. Well, you know what I need? I need gold, right? Actually, no, I don't. I got 2. Beautiful. We'll use those first. Boom. There we go. Tier 3 is up and running. Excellent. We can insert that bad boy in there. So now we have 10 million potential power that we can put in that mining gadget. That is amazing. So much. It's not even funny. Basically, the next thing that I want is this 3x3 upgrade. I'm not going to lie. So that's pretty much my next step on this mining gadgets device in general. The other thing, too, is we definitely need to look at upgrading some of our systems here. You know, and we got to make a tavern. We got to upgrade our systems. I was also thinking, somebody made a great comment. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. I probably should have looked it up. But a lumber mill. We need a lumber mill, which, you know, might very well consist of bonsai pots. But we need a lumber mill of sorts to kind of store and, you know, keep track of all of our goods. And maybe ways of expanding on that storage so that we can continually harvest more and more of the things. So, yeah, that's one of the things. Let's give this watering can a quick try because I have not figured... The original one, the basic one, is not very good. So, I have low expectations, to say the least. But let's harvest some of this wheat, which is good anyways. And let's see what it does. So the range on this thing is 3. Okay, so it's the same radius. I think at the diamond one it gets to be bigger. But yeah, anyways. So we got a radius of 3. The other one was a little slow. So let's see what this one's like. Oh yeah, it's a little bit better. It's definitely better. Definitely worth it. But it's also chugging through the water pretty darn quick. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, overall, yeah, that's pretty efficient, I'm going to say. You know, we were actually able to grow all 9 crops with 60%, it looks like. Yeah, about 60% of the watering can. I'd say that's pretty good. The other one, I usually had to almost, like, it might have grown like 1 or 2 with a 60%. So definitely an improvement from the standard watering can. So that's good to see. Oh, nice. And we just filled our rice too. That's great. Okay. Anyways, let me get a little bit more situated here with all the different things that we have available to us. And we got to get a little bit more organized, I think. You know, It's always an impressive cut when it's exactly at 10 minutes. Am I right or am I right? Yes, indeed. Anyways, we are back. And it's been a bit. It's been a hot second. I've mostly just kind of been chilling, been playing, been having fun, been dying. Yes, I died. It sucks. I'm not happy about it. Uh, Honestly, though, like, I was going to film all of this and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, yeah, nothing's going to go wrong. No, it'll be perfectly fine. I'm just setting up a quick little thing. And sure enough, I died. But I did set up the blaze farm. Now, obviously, this is literally just a hole in the ground with a blaze spawner. Oh, boy. Okay. Settle down, Blaze. Settle down. I don't even have a good setup, really, to be farming blazes and such. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. A good way to kind of collect a little bit of experience, get some blaze rods. Blaze rods are pretty darn awesome for fuel and a lot of other things in this world. So, that's what I've been doing. That's what I did. I did die. I died to the blazes. Indeed. I could have easily survived, but I didn't. And I died. So, yeah, just one of those things. That's why my levels are currently at 14 instead of like 30 bazillion something like they were before. The other thing, too, that I kind of worked on is a little thing. As you can see, I got a lot of things in my inventory. I did some work, but I want the nighttime to come first. As you can see in the distance there, I did make another windmill. We definitely needed that. And our mining laser is almost full. Not really, but almost. Almost full. But I've been having a lot of fun, you know. I've been watching like the Stream Aid thing on Twitch where, you know, folks are singing and blah, 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 all things for viruses and whatnot going on in the world while I've been playing and building this wonderful, wonderful new thing. So, without further ado, we got a lot to do. Indeed. So, over here, as you can see, there's a new building that's been built, and that building is a lumber mill. Indeed it is. We have a lumber mill built over here, and one of the things is I wanted to give a cool little effect to this lumber mill, and a lot of it is, it's definitely not done yet. We got to finish it. Don't worry. Do not stress. But one of the things that I wanted to really do was I wanted to leave this spot open and build it against the water. Now, typically, a lot of old school lumber mills, you know, would have this water wheel on the side. Well, we're not that ancient in times over here on Pirate Island. No, indeed. We do not need a water wheel to make our wood. No, that's for sure. We have other means that we can do to get our wood chopped and things like that. So, well, I didn't do that. That's fine. But yeah, so as you can see, we're keeping more or less with this style. I got some terraforming. I want to do a little bit more of a beach over here. It's a wonderful spot for a lumber mill, in my opinion. Nice beachfront property. We got like a little mustache built in there. And then more or less we'd have lumber out the backside here, and we still have to do all of that. But inside we have a nice, big, quaint place, fully lit up. I had some fun with the log here. And as you can see, I have 2 grindstones that I'm using as like the wheelie devices that are keeping the log centered or, you know, positioned, and then the stone cutter in between to actually chop the wood. I think that's pretty funky, pretty ingenious by me, but I'm sure others have done it. So, the other thing too is I wanted to keep this nice and open. You know, I didn't want to have fully boxed in where we're cutting the logs down and things like that. So, I just kind of went with some simple fencing, and then the way I wanted to do this was almost like a repurposed, right? We would have had a water wheel here, but guess what? We don't anymore, so we're just kind of blocked it off and kept it nice and open. and available as this nice, airy, beautiful lumber mill. I hope you guys like it so far. I've put in a decent amount of time, just kind of off and on, right? Just having some fun with it. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty darn good. I like it quite a bit. So, I'm a big fan so far of the lumber mill. We got to do some stuff. I got to get rid of this oil at some point in time. But before we carry on too much further, we need to actually get this lumber mill to be, you know, into the future a little bit here, and we're going to do that in a couple of different ways. So one of those ways is literally by making ourselves a solar panel. That's right. We don't need no water wheel. We can literally go solar. Yes, indeed. We have the technology to do so, so let's do it. Let's get ourselves the 3 solar panels. Let's get ourselves this beautiful, beautiful, I think it's like this. And what goes in the middle? Is it iron? No, maybe. Osmium? No, it might be iron. Maybe it's iron? If not, I might have to look it up. Yeah, perfect. Solar generator from mechanism. Sweet stuff. So this guy's going to just generate power, not unlike anything else. And of course, we're going to build a precision sawmill as well in this setup, right? Because guess what? We are technologically advanced now. We might as well have all of the tools required. Now, one of the things that I do need is I actually need some universal energy power cables. What are they called again? I think they're called universal. Basic universal energy cable, which is steel and redstone. So let's go make a couple of those pretty quickly here. I also made myself Shizushi. I can't say that. It's fine. For food with some of our salmon and rice that we made. So kind of a little bit of a better food source anyways to get us through some of these times. All right. Boom, boom. That should be enough. I hope. Yeah, I think so. So what I want to do is I want to set up this sawmill to be on power and ready to go. And then we'll probably bring this into the next episode even, where we kind of try to automate this a little bit more, a little bit of the botany plants and this sawmill along with our power system to make sure that everything kind of ties together. So like anything, solar power, we need it on our roof. Indeed. Now the water wheel typically would have been over here, so I think this makes sense for this to be over here as well. Let me just go from the inside. I think it might work a little bit better for us to identify where we're going to bring in the power. And I'm thinking probably right down into this corner would be a pretty good spot. So let's do that, and we'll just bring this power cable down, and that's where our actual sawmill would go. So now I want to try to bring in some of the technology to these builds and get things going on that level, right? So boom, there we go. We are generating. We're only producing 17.68 FE per tick. Now that is a little concerning. I wasn't sure what the number would be. So that's a little bit lower than what I was anticipating. So we might have to, because this guy uses 20, and that guy's only producing 17. So we're going to have a power deficit almost immediately as soon as we put even a single log into this sawmill. So for us to really do what we need to do, we need probably to go to the advanced solar panel, right? Which is basically 4 of these smaller ones combined together. And I'll work on that one a little bit more off camera, but yeah, I think that's probably what we'll have to do. The other thing too is we need a place to kind of, this is the old school sawmill. We need the place where, I like to keep up appearances of this old school feel. But what we really need is we need all of our botany plants to be over here and maybe hidden underneath. Maybe we build a basement to this. That might be what we do. And that's where we plant all of our botany plants. It might go into the basement. I think that's a pretty darn good idea. I hope you guys do too. So let's go and grab one of these, okay? Now, I recently upgraded these storages as well over to drawers, storage drawers. They're pretty darn cool. They're definitely amazing. One of the good things about them as well is we can actually use packing tape. I hope that we can still use packing tape. String, paper, and a slime ball. Nice. Slime ball, paper, and a string. I have all of the above. That is great. So we should be able to actually use this packing tape. So let's say I want to move this. We'll do the jungle one first. Sure. Apparently this mining laser can't break the bonsai pots. Cool. Didn't know that. Huh. Did not know that. Okay. Anyways, so we'll take off our jungle bonsai, and then we will packing tape. Requires paper to work. Oh, that's new. That's new. Interesting. Okay, that's cool, though. I'm all right with that. That's pretty cool. And I just messed it up, didn't I? Pretty sure I just wasted a paper. Okay, so if we paper that up, right? And then we'll just break it with this. Aha! Contains dark oak drawers. Okay, perfect. Let's go see about moving this over to our new area over here. And I guess I'm kind of jumping ahead of the game here, aren't I? I literally just thought about that. I probably need to dig out the basement. Yeah. I'm also curious as to where. There's obviously a cave, like, right underneath here. So we might have to go slay some things at some point in time here. But let's go figure out where we can kind of build a little thing. And you know what I just thought up? I just thought up of something pretty darn cool. You know those little old school side entry dens into basements? Maybe we'll do one of those. I think that could be pretty darn awesome to do up. So we'll do a little side entry den here. I'm not sure if I can do it true justice or not, though. Let's see if we can. So what I'm thinking is this would be your entry point. Oh boy, it's getting dark. So you'd have this kind of like side entry here underneath this window. And this would be your stairs, right? So you'd have this going in, boom, boom. You know, kind of like all those horror movies that we all watch, right? Where, you know, you have like a trap door, more or less, entrance into the basement where the bad guys typically are hanging out, if you guys know what I mean. So yeah, let me play around a little bit here. And let me see what I can maybe come up with. I think that this could be a cool idea. A nice little way into the basement, a hidden area. All right, so house hasn't changed much, but I did make myself a beautiful little basement. As you can see, nice little cubby hole. Got the doors on there, like so. Sadly, there's no, like, sideways trap doors. You know what I mean? Like, why can't you place these sideways? Why do they always have to open up and down? I don't get it. I don't understand. You know? Why can't I have different things? Why can't they be placed on a 45-degree angle, right? Anyways, we are down here, and I made myself a nice little section, and we pretty much are mirroring more or less up above as well. But right up here, if my calculations are correct, is our sawmill itself, right? So that's very important to make note of as we go to automate this thing and get in some pipes and, you know, get in some storage. And I'm thinking some nice storage over here would be pretty darn good. So for now, I want to take this guy right here. This was our packaged up dark oak drawer, right? So this was the thing that was containing all of our jungle logs, sticks, things along those lines. I want to place it down somewhere. Now, here's the big thing, right? We have the capability of kind of making a pretty cool automated process. But at the same time, we need to be able to expand on that and kind of have a big storage system going on as well. So what I'm thinking is if we place down the drawer over here, right, and we have our hopping bonsai pot, say for example over here, okay? So this will be the hopping bonsai, you know, all things considered. It's just airborne right now, but this will have our jungle growing in it. And then below that, we're going to have some sort of a pipe. Now, I don't even know what we have. I think we have basic mechanical pipes, okay? Cyclic energy pipe, trash void. I think these are our main ones, right, from mechanism there. And it requires more steel, so I'm going to have to... I think that's the fluid one, though, right? Item... Let's take a look at items. Import cable, simple storage network. Imports all items from an attached inventory into the network. That is not what we were looking for. Is it called logistics? I'm trying to remember. Logistics. Basic logistical transporter from mechanism is definitely an item that we can utilize. So this guy here, we do need steel and we need these basic control circuits to get one of these things going. And as you can see, you can upgrade and get things to move quicker and faster and all that type of stuff. I don't think we need a very fast system at all at this point in time. But basically what we'll have is we'll have a pipe down here for us to utilize in terms of this bonsai, right? So let's just go with, I need this right here so that we can at least plant this. Item back down, boom, like so, and boom, like so. Okay, so that's going to get things at least started and growing. Now, from there, what I need is I need a pipe that's going to take that item from that bonsai and input the items that we need it to, aka the logs, into our sawmill, which outputs the planks, which then brings the planks back down into the basement into a storage of some sort, okay? So we got a lot of work to do for this, but we are pretty much out of time for today. So without further ado, we're going to leave it right here. We have a great start to things. I don't know about the floor yet because I'm not sure how much space I'll actually need for all of this, but we got a lot to do next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I got to also finish up work on the house a little bit too, so much to do, so little time. Thank you all so much, and have yourselves a good one. Bye-bye for now.